What's up, all you hip, cool cats? Welcome to Chicago Reacts. This is Kit. I think y'all should know me by now, but it's so good to be hanging out with all of you. Today, we're going to be reacting to Everything Wrong with German Tanks by Squire, suggested by Soviet Biscuit. Well, Soviet Biscuit, you're my favorite, so there we go. And I'm really enjoying, excited to check out Everything Wrong with German Tanks by Squire. So this looks exciting, but you want to know what else is pretty cool? You want to know what else is really cool, guys? Checking out Chicago Plays. That's right. We have a Twitch channel called Chicago Plays. Michael and Zach, they're live every Monday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Kelsey is live every Tuesday at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Kira is live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'm live every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. So we have a lot of fun. We're reacting to a lot of video games, playing a lot of video games, reacting to videos, making art, dancing, singing, engaging with our audience. That link to Chicago Plays is in the description box below. Please consider being a subscriber to that channel. Join on the conversation. We have a lot of great stuff there. We play a lot of great games, from adventures to funny games, all that good stuff. If you don't got it, get it. And if you don't get it, well, then you better go figure it out. But right now, we're going to get our learn on by figuring out Everything Wrong with German Tanks by Squire. So, let's hit that play button one more time.
This video is proudly sponsored by the good people over at Discord. Yes,
Okay.
a free chat service for gamers. Create your own free Discord server today where you can talk to your
For a minute there, it looks like sewer, but it says server, right? Okay, there you go.
friends, or failing that, your mother or something. Or you could just join mine, a link to which you'll find below. Right, here's Everything Wrong with German Tanks.
German
A
tanks.
vast subject, I agree, but one that I've expertly managed to compress into a small enough video. So here we go. Well, firstly, and put simply, they're guns. Well, they're too big, aren't they? Like this one here. You see, guns are like haircuts. They need to be short and well maintained. Otherwise, they just get in the way. Why, you only have to look at one of the many documentary films out there, such as Kelly's Heroes, to see something like this. Ah, yes. Now here's a tiger, and he's about to fall victim to his own oversized gun. Why, yes, our plucky heroes have caught Jerry with... Now on to exhibit...
Okay, It's been a while since I've seen Kelly's Hero. I don't remember that scene. But you know what? Let's face it. With age, you forget things, you learn new things. Looks like I got a little homework assignment for myself, maybe over the weekend, to watch Kelly's Hero. So that's something I gotta do. However, now I'm curious how often that happened in the actual war, if there's any kind of reports like that. If you know of anything similar to that, I know that's Hollywood, so it's, obviously Hollywood makes things a little bit more razzle-dazzle. But if there's anything actually like that happened, type it in the comment section below. I'm curious about that.
It be with some more historical footage. And look, it's another tiger. Notice how they can't face their turret forwards for fear of damaging the gun on something. No, 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 this simply wouldn't do in a combat situation. Whereas, in this historical archive footage, this British tank has no such trouble. In fact, the trees positively fly off the tank. Yes, in a realistic, normal, everyday physics way. Nothing wrong here. Anyway, this all allows for faster traversing of rough terrain, and is yet another reason to keep your gun short. Now, the second thing that's really wrong with German tanks is that they're all too bloody fast. This Panther tank here, for example, will do 55 kilometers an hour. Now, I don't know how fast that is, but it'll do 35 miles an hour. Now, that's too fast, especially for the infantry. I mean, it's almost as if Jerry designed his tanks expecting his infantry to be motorized or something. No, that wouldn't do. Ah, yes, now this is more like it. This is a Churchill, the walking man's tank. The top speed, 15 good old-fashioned British miles in an hour. This beauty wouldn't hang on. Any second now. No, too early.
Too early. All right, there we go.
This beauty wouldn't do 35 miles an hour if you pushed it off a cliff, which means the average highly trained British soldier can jog comfortably alongside you all the way to Berlin. And before any Germans in the audience write in to complain that I'm not being fair, and that the Cromwell is just as fast as the Panther, I'll have you know that the Cromwell had its speed limited to 32 miles an hour, just in case it was too fast. And that wasn't just because at 40 miles an hour it was so uncomfortable the men inside couldn't take it. It was for a variety of other reasons, like sportsmanship and fair play. Yeah, that's good. You can't have a tank that fast. It wouldn't be fair, which is precisely my point.
Always got to be gentleman about it. Always.
Now moving on to the third thing that's wrong with those jumped-up tractors the Germans like to call their panzers, is that they're too big. Look at the size of that one. You wouldn't get that through a Belgian forest. Why, all you have to do is simply compare this giant German panzer to an equally capable British design to see there's a problem. Yes, these tanks all have enormous silhouettes, making them easily targetable by our more sleek and lower profile types. And that's if the RAF doesn't see them off first. Yes, badly designed tanks that are this big are even easier to spot in our aircraft.
Speaking of big design-heavy tanks, how is your Churchill doing?
Well, you see, that's completely different. We have air superiority. We can build them as big as we like. Say, you're not German, are you?
Nope, I'm Austrian, with some Prussian tendencies. Most people know me as military history visualized. I cover military history with an analytical and...
Right, moving on. I mean, you can check his channel out if you like, but
He might be dead. He might be dead.
I fancy he won't be uploading very much anymore. Not in the state he's in. Not after that. Right, moving on. Now, another thing that's wrong with German tanks is that they stay in service for too long. Now, you see, a good old-fashioned British tank has what's known as a service life. It gets built, it sees combat, it dies. Or breaks down. Or gets left in France. Or all three. Which ensures that our boys are left with the latest, up-to-the-minute, state-of-the-art kit at all times.
Notice my name was used. The latest state-of-the-art kit. If it'll make you feel better, I've been cloned numerous times.
Whereas the Germans, by contrast, well, they just don't get it. They keep their tanks in service for years. I mean, by the time it comes to fighting our lads in our cutting-edge designs, almost half of Adolf's lot are still trotting around in old Skodas they captured years ago. And since we, the British, are champions of fair play and decency, we think it makes for rather poor sport to shoot at the enemy when they're playing at such a decisive disadvantage. Enemy tank spotted. Gonna open fire, please.
Are you sure, sir? Doesn't seem fair to me. I mean, it's so old.
And finally, on to our last point. German tanks have very silly names, like the Neubfahrzeug, or that design classic, the Sidkefutz 234/4. I mean, half of them are named after bloody animals, for heaven's sake. Tigers, panthers, elephants, it's just silly, really. Such names don't really strike fear into the hearts of their enemies, do they? Not like the Valentine or the tortoise, which granted is technically an animal, but
turtle power, dude. I mean, what's wrong with Valentine and tortoise? You know, let's remember in Chicago there was the infamous St. Valentine's massacre, for example. Well, there was a massacre, and you know there was a lot of people who got shot, but that's beyond the point. It happened during Prohibition. Valentine can be a tough name if you make it so. And so does Tortoise, you know? Slow and steady wins the race. After all, after the race, he did knife Hare. So there you go.
What an animal. They live for 150 years, you know. And what's this? Excuse me? The Dicker Max? Oh, well, now they're just taking the piss. What does Dicker Max even mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means nothing. Nothing at all to me, because I don't speak German. Because we won the bloody war, because we know how to name a tank. Well, we invented them, didn't we? And so there's everything wrong with German tanks. I would go on, but alas, I fear I'd only enrage myself further and shout more, and there's only so much my voice can probably take. And so on that note, I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please dispatch a like via carrier pigeon. The last video got 14,000 of them, so it's a miracle you've got any left, really. And if you haven't, well, just go to London or something, you'll be swarmed by the bastards. Anyway, I'd also like to thank not just one, but all of the people out there who are supporting the channel over on Patreon today. Good. The way that YouTube's been going lately with its distaste for anything war-y have been magnificent. I tell you, try having 160-ish videos, all with the word war in the title. It's hilarious. Anyway, cheerio.
Chip, chip, cheerio to you too, my friend. All right, this was more of a fun video to react to. I think I would like to see a video, though, like really talking about like some of the structural failures of these tanks. Like, take for example, one thing that I've talked about a lot here at the studio, and occasionally when we're not working, because we're always working, we would, sometimes we bring up a conversation about the tanks, like during World War II. For example, we would say like, okay, well, obviously these things were heavy. These things were large. They required a lot of maintenance. They ate up a lot of fuel. And a lot of them got destroyed by the Soviets, especially, what was that tank battle? The biggest tank battle in World War II. All right, well, I'm getting a brain freeze. Audience, if you know what it is, type in the comment section below. Hold on. I might be getting some information, but I'm going to filibuster. But I do know that when the Allies were getting ready to face the Battle of Kursk, thank you so much, Battle of Kursk. So it happened in July 5th, 1943. So there you go. That's when it went down. Obviously, the Soviets won. And then during when the Allies invaded, like there were so few German tanks that British and tank crews were able to take care of them. Now, that doesn't mean that those German tanks were just easy to take care of, because they weren't. But let's just say the Allies handled them. There we go. Allied brute strike. So thank you so much, Soviet Biscuit, for this fun video to react to. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. If there's a fun video you want us to react to, type it in the comment section below, and we'll get to it as fast as possible, Chicago style. So take care, folks. Bye-bye.